For the activity that's been taking place in the party and with opposition parties and the civil society. The economic challenges facing the country hit by the drought and a drop in mineral prices have been compounded by the political tensions in Zimbabwe. To get an overview about the recent developments and the current state of affairs in Zimbabwe, we are joined from our Pretoria studios by Zimbabwe's ambassador to South Africa, His Excellency Isaac Moyo. His Excellency Moyo, very good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning.
Now, talk to us about the country's economy struggles as to how it's being resolved. We've seen in the past months and even yesterday that Zimbabwe cannot afford to pay its soldiers and teachers on time.
Well, of course, Zimbabwe has gone through a very difficult time in the last 14, 15 years. We have been we have suffered sanctions, and that has dislocated the way the economy works. And what we are dealing with right now are some of the consequences of those sanctions. And of course, these have affected people badly. And the government has been working to address that situation with very little support from anybody. So what you are seeing right now is really a consequence of a situation that was imposed upon the country following the bold measures taken by government to address the land reform question.
But then how is the government dealing with these issues, and would you really say that the situation is worsening instead of getting better?
Well, you will be aware that there are several government measures to try and address the current economic challenges. The government has put into place an economic framework known as ZIMASET, and through it, it is addressing the various economic challenges. The government is addressing infrastructural challenges that arose during the time of the sanctions. The government is also providing food to so many people affected by the El Nino-induced drought. So it's a series of activities that the government is engaged upon, and the government is confident that the measures it is implementing and undertaking would be able to address some of these challenges that confront us today. We are also in the process of engaging the international finance institutions regarding debt issues. All these are the measures the government is putting into place to address precisely the situation you were describing.
But is the government confident, His Excellency, that things will be better soon in Zimbabwe?
The government is very confident that the measures it is implementing are actually what is required to bring about a turn in the fortunes of the country. Of course, it is very difficult to get traction when the government is not supported in terms of finance by international finance institutions and other bilateral donor programs. But that aside, the government thinks that the measures and the policies it has are adequate to deal with the challenges that are currently affecting our economy.
But we've also seen Zimbabwe banning certain goods from being imported into Zimbabwe itself, and we've recently seen a lot of riots at Bait Bridge as well. What is the government's current position on these matters?
Well, the government put certain goods, about 40 products, under the general import license, meaning that if you have to bring those goods, you have to get an import license for them. There wasn't any before. This is part of the government's efforts to address the economic situation, because we are trying to rebuild the capacity of our industries. We have industries that are working to produce some of the goods that have now been put or removed from the open import general license. And the whole idea is that we can grow jobs, we can grow the capacity of our industry, and early results do show that some of these industries are responding positively, and even the business bodies in Zimbabwe have supported these moves by government.
All right, no, His Excellency, that's where we're going to leave it, but thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. That's His Excellency Isaac Moyo, the Zimbabwe ambassador to South Africa, talking to us about the state of affairs in Zimbabwe.